Industries already in the state, but the state will see more industries coming. We are organizing a Global Investor Summit on 13th and 14th of December in Patna, in which we are expecting many delegates from across states in the country as well as many countries. We are preparing for that, and in that preparation we have organized such investor meets in various cities in the country, including Mumbai, Bengaluru, Tirupur, Chandigarh, etc. and also in some countries including USA, UAE, Bangladesh, and we are going to visit Japan and Taiwan. So in that series only we are organizing today's investor meet here, where we will be interacting with investors or prospective investors from the northern part of the country in Delhi today. So with those introductory remarks, before closing my introductory remarks, I would also like to mention that there are certain priority or high priority sectors for us. That includes textile and leather, because textile and leather in both the sectors there is a lot of skilled human manpower from the state working in different parts of the country. Food processing, again a big consumer market, raw material and skilled human resource, and information technology. So these are high priority sectors for us, but we are open for investments in any industry or any sector industry. So with that, I will be open to answer any questions. If there are any questions, please feel free to ask them. 2016, we have announced the investment promotion policy. It's not a scheme, it's a policy under which we give incentives to the industry for putting up industry in the state. So there are two kind of approvals, I would say, under the policy. The first is the stage 1 approval, where the industry shows its intent to put up a unit. The second stage is what we call a financial clearance, where the industry has done all its homework, including securing the loan and land and everything, and then it's more or less certain that they will now move forward. And third is that when they actually have started production. So unfortunately I can't give you because I don't want to give you wrong numbers on that, but I will give you the numbers of all the three stages, how much intent was given, how much was the almost final stage, and how much actually got converted into this thing. We will give you very short. देखिए, आपने जो प्रश्न पूछा बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट है. पहला, जमीन या लैंड का इशू पहले बिहार में होता था, लेकिन 2019 में सरकार ने चीनी मिलों की पुरानी लैंड, जो बंद चीनी मिलों की लैंड थी, वो इंडस्ट्री डिपार्टमेंट को हैंडओवर कर दी, और इसके अलावा कुछ जमीन एक्वायर करके भी की. तो अभी हमारे पास लगभग 3000 एकड़ इंडस्ट्रियल लैंड अवेलेबल है डिफरेंट इंडस्ट्रियल एरियाज में, जो हम इंडस्ट्रीज को दे रहे हैं. इसके अलावा हमारे एक यूनिक ऑफरिंग है जो शायद ही कोई और स्टेट दे रही है, और वो है प्लग एंड प्ले इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर. प्लग एंड प्ले का मतलब हुआ कि हम हाई प्रायोरिटी सेक्टर के लिए हम लोग इंडस्ट्रियल शेड्स बना रहे हैं, और ये इंडस्ट्रियल शेड्स हम लोग रेंटल पे दे रहे हैं, 15 years रेंटल एट अ वेरी नॉमिनल कॉस्ट ऑफ 4 to 8 rupees per square feet. तो इसका मतलब अगर किसी को टेक्सटाइल या फूड प्रोसेसिंग या आईटी का लगाना है तो उनको 4 से 8 रुपये पर स्क्वायर फीट में, डिपेंडिंग ऑन द एरिया, हम आपको बने बनाए शेड रेंटल पे दे रहे हैं. ये शायद ही कोई स्टेट इतने बड़े पैमाने पे कर रहा है. तो हम लैंड भी दे रहे हैं, हम प्लग एंड प्ले शेड्स भी दे रहे हैं. इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर की जहाँ तक बात है, पिछले साल भर में हम लोगों ने 1400 करोड़ इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर इम्प्रूवमेंट में खर्च किए हैं इन इंडस्ट्रियल एरियाज, जिसमें सड़क, बिजली, ड्रेन, ये सभी शामिल हैं, जिसको इम्प्रूव किया जा रहा है। फर्दर इम्प्रूवमेंट के लिए इस साल भी हम लोगों ने बजट में पैसा रखा है, तो इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर को भी हम इम्प्रूव कर रहे हैं। और इसको देखते हुए बिहार में इन्वेस्टमेंट आ रहा है। अगर हम आईटी सेक्टर की बात करें तो यूएस बेस्ड एक कंपनी है टाइगर एनालिटिक्स, उन्होंने बिहार में अपना ऑफिस मतलब डेवलपमेंटल सेंटर चालू करने का अनाउंस किया है। इसके अलावा भी और कंपनियों से बात चल रही है। टेक्सटाइल में भी कुछ अच्छे नामों ने अपनी यूनिट चालू की है, जैसे शाही जो एक्सपोर्ट इंडिया के सबसे बड़े एक्सपोर्टर है, उन्होंने अपना सेंटर चालू किया है। V2 ने चालू किया है, W ने चालू किया है, तो इंडस्ट्री आना प्रारंभ हो गया है। फूड प्रोसेसिंग में ब्रिटानिया ने 250 करोड़ के इन्वेस्टमेंट से नया यूनिट अभी चालू होने वाला है, उनका अभी इनॉग्रेट होगा। इसके अलावा फीड्स में, एनिमल फीड्स में, फिश फीड में, इसमें काफ़ी नई इंडस्ट्री आ रही है। तो जो बिहार सरकार का प्रयास है उससे हम लोग सभी तरह का जो सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं, तो इंडस्ट्री ने भी पॉजिटिव उसका रेस्पॉन्स दिया है और इंडस्ट्री आनी मुझे लगता है चालू हो गई। एक आपने जो सेफ्टी कंसर्न किया, मेंशन किया, तो वो हम लोग हर जगह जाके अश्योर करते हैं कि इंडस्ट्री को किसी तरह की सेफ्टी का इशू नहीं है, और बिहार सरकार और पूरा एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन उनके साथ है कि उनको किसी भी तरह का सेफ्टी का इशू नहीं है। क्वेश्चन, सो basically see, when any industrialist decides to put up a unit in a place, they are looking for, I think in my opinion, 3 to 4 things. First is the market. What is the market? Whether there is a market there or not. Second is raw material base, whether the raw material is available or not. Third is infrastructure in terms of physical infrastructure as well as social infrastructure, and fourth are incentives. Incentives in themselves are not sufficient to attract industry, in my opinion. They are one of the contributing factors, but they are not the only factor which the industry decides their investment on. So in terms of market, Bihar is the, as everybody knows, Bihar is a population of 13 crore, and then you can also supply to Nepal, Northeast, Jharkhand, Bengal, Eastern UP. So you can cover approximately a population of 35 to 40 crore people if you put up a unit in Bihar. Now that is almost 1/3 of India's population. So that is a unique advantage in terms of its strategic location, in terms of market. There are two more things about the market which I would like to emphasize on. First is, and both relate to growing market. So it's not only a big market, it is also a growing market because of two things. One, that Bihar's GDP, state GDP growth has always been more than the national average for last many years. Bihar has grown faster than national average for many years. 21-22, the national average was, I think, 9 point some percent, while Bihar was approximately 11. So there has been, so that means that the purchasing power in Bihar is growing faster than the national average. And second is that Bihar's population is still increasing faster than the national average. While that may not be a good factor for other parameters, but from market perspective, it is a good thing that the market will be growing. So because of both these points, the market will continue to grow for a long time. On the raw material side, in certain things, I think, for example, if you take food processing, Bihar is one of the best available places to put your unit on. Bihar has the best of food grains, vegetables, fruits, some niche products, for example, makhana or foxnut, what we call it. 85% of country's production of foxnut is in Bihar, and next year is year of makhana declared by Government of India. So there are niche products as well as general products. So raw material availability is there. Also human resource. You go to any cluster of textile, leather, IT, you will find a lot of people from Bihar working there. And especially after COVID, they want to come back to the state and to stay near their hometowns. So that's another positive thing in terms of state. So that is the raw material side. Infrastructure, I already mentioned that a lot of things have been done, are being done in terms of infrastructure. And incentives, I think we are we may not be the best, but we are among the best in terms of incentives. For example, for textile, we are offering up to 5,000 rupees per month per employee as an incentive. So if you pay say 12,000 rupees to an employee, you can get 4,000 rupees from the government. Now that's a big factor. So in all the four points, I think Bihar now is competitive in terms of attractiveness for investment. We are not a big exporter. We only export to Nepal or not to many countries. We are trying to boost export through two things. One, we are going to announce a logistic policy very soon, which will improve the logistic infrastructure in the state, because that is a very essential requirement for improving the export. Unless you have ICDs, multimodal logistic parks, etc., you may not be able to boost exports. Secondly, we are, so for example, when we went to UAE and we discussed with them, and with the India-UAE MOU recent agreement when the king was here. So we are trying to find out export markets which have requirement of products which are produced by Bihar. So for example, during WFI we discussed with Lulu Group whether they can make Bihar a sourcing hub for their malls in Middle East. So we are trying to do all of that and also improve our export infrastructure. So we are creating an irradiation center near Patna, which is almost complete. That will enable Bihar's fruits being exported, because radiation is one of the essential requirements. Similarly, we are creating pack houses again for export. So improving the infrastructure, improving the logistics, and trying to create avenues for our export, our products, so that they can be exported. Those are the three pillars for which we are working.